This is a tough question. It's one that Cal was not able to find the answer to last time they played Arizona State. A lot of Cal fans will remember that night. The Sun Devils came up to Memorial Stadium and were able to absolutely run through Cal. Daniels was a big part of that. He had 84 yards on the ground as a freshman against the Bears. And it's tough to say. How do you stop that? Cal has talked about using a star position, bringing someone, bringing another safety type player into the box. But this is going to be difficult. The Bears have a new starter at linebacker. They have a new starter at outside linebacker, and they have a really thin defensive line. So keeping Daniels contained is going to be hard. In fact, I would almost say it shouldn't be your focus. I think the focus of this game is going to be the run game. And when I say the run game, I mean Arizona State's running backs. But Shaylin, how do you think Cal can stop Jayden Daniels? Because I've looked at it, and honestly, I haven't a clue how you stop someone who can scramble like that. It's frightening, man.
Yeah, I mean, USC could not keep him in the pocket to save their lives. One play that stands out to me was the 3rd and 14. USC sends a 5-man blitz after him, and he's still able to slip away and run for a first down easily. The defense was in man coverage. All the receivers were downfield, and Daniels just took off for 20 or 30 yards. And, that's a major blow on something like 3rd and 14. This sounds like a big compliment, but Daniels is very Lamar Jackson-esque to me, especially in the open field. Just the way he runs, his shiftiness. A lot of quarterbacks will slide, and that's what they're taught to do. But Jayden Daniels is not afraid to put a juke on a player. He's not afraid to be physical when he has to, even though he's on the slimmer side just physically. But this is going to be extremely tough for Cal. And you mentioned the defensive line. Cal football actually confirmed that the defensive line is the group in quarantine. So they have not been able to practice in a week and a half. And that, if there was any week where you want your defensive lineman to be able to practice, it's against Jayden Daniels, where they're going to have to contain him. They're going to have to learn to read the option because they ran a lot of options and RPOs. But even passing the ball, Jayden Daniels was a phenomenal passer last season, even if he didn't necessarily have the yards per game as someone like Slovis. He showed his ability to sling the ball around, and if you don't get a pass rush on him, he's going to have way too much time in the pocket, and he'll find receivers no matter how good Cal's secondary is.
Absolutely. I think I said earlier, for me, this game is going to come down to, for Cal's defense, it's going to come down to, can they stop guys like Rashad White and Chip Traynor. I think those guys exploded against USC. I mentioned the Cal Arizona State game last year. ASU put up 258 yards against the Trojans. They put up 191 last time against the Bears. If Cal can take away the run game, Cal can win this game. I think it's that simple. We talked about how battered, not particularly battered, just how thin that defensive line is going to be and the struggles they're facing right now going into this game. For me, it's all about that battle. I think a lot of folks will remember I think ASU had a couple drives last year, but they just run the ball for 3 plays, pick up a first down, and then do it again. And it almost felt inevitable. I mean, Benjamin scoring touchdowns, just marching down the field like it was nothing. And he's not there anymore, but Arizona State still has a ton of talent in the backfield.